Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to apologize before I get into this because I can tell that this is going to be something that I talk passionately about, right? So, please forgive me for however I'm going to be speaking from now on. The new Anomaly Arbitration is out with the new patch, as you can see over here. 5 weeks, because the patch is a week shorter than normal. Iron Tomb, new enemies, right? And if I go over here, check it out, right? See what's going on. As you can see, refreshed, whatever. We have this Cocolia side with this lighthouse mob and, well, Cocolia. These are the debuffs, right? And then we have whatever bullshit this is. Shilling Elation, of course. And then here, Quantum Week, Ice Week. Obviously, you are meant to use Mono Rem here. And there's also a Mono Rem buff on the King, where you get like 50% vulnerability by just having a max Rem team, right? I always knew that this is how I felt about this mode, but holy fuck, I want to punch whoever made this AA straight in the fucking dome, right? I have no issues with 2 and 3, obviously, because I have the teams that they are meant for. A fucking 11 cost Mono Rem team now, with the addition of an E1 Hyacine, and then a 5 cost Elation team. I'm not even gonna get into this bullshit that they added into this game. The Aeon of Veracity's corrosion is afflicting certain enemies and is increasing their difficulty. Why is this bullshit in the game's actual endgame? Right. I'm not even going to go there. This is my only other third team on this account because I have refused to build my Archer because I already have Archer on fucking 3 other different accounts, right? This Cocolia has 40% physical res, and there's no one physical weak here. A lot of people might be saying, Gabby, obviously he's not going to perform that well. That's not my issue, right? Not only is there this fucking scales debuff where enemies have 40% fucking less damage taken while this thing is at max and you have to whittle it down. This mob right here, when he goes into his enhanced state, applies even more fucking damage reduction on top of this debuff where he already starts off with 40 fucking percent, right? This one mob is the only reason my Phanon is getting completely fucked over against this boss. The second I am able to kill this mob, I can get through Cocolia on her own within like 1 cycle, 1.5 cycle. This mob is more tedious for my Phanon to kill because of him summoning his ads and applying damage reduction on top of the already debuffed damage reduction. He is more difficult than the actual fucking boss with 40% physical resistance for my Phanon, right? This is disgusting. What the fuck am I playing? Why is there so much shilling? It is so... Oh my god, I want to blow my brains out while I'm playing this shit. I'm like, you know what? My E0 Phanon is struggling, you know? I've already been aware of this. And last Anomaly arbitration, he was only able to get me like a 1-star or a 2-star against one of the AA Knights, you know? It is what it is. Let's just move on. Even if this AA is more difficult, I'm sure Phanon will still be able to clear. I am being completely honest with you guys here, right? From being able to 2-star every night so far that I've used him with on basically the first try. The first try that I did on that AA Cocolia, he couldn't clear. I don't mean he died. I don't mean he only got 1 star. I mean there wasn't a clear. I used up all 6 cycles and I could not kill Cocolia in time because the mob, with its damage reduction and ad summoning, kept moving the bounce damage of my counters and meteors onto those ads and himself, leading to me not having enough damage to brute force Cocolia within that last cycle when I finally kill the mob, right? Then I realized, oh, there's a more optimal way to play against this mob. Since I have an E0 Phanon and not E2, meaning there's no need for me to use the meteor technically every single turn, I can use the counter in order to whittle down the ads and as well as get rid of his damage reduction state. And then I can use my meteor / double meteor when his damage reduction and ads are gone in order to get the damage more focused. And this did work. It did improve my clear from noticeably losing out and not being able to clear to nearly being able to clear, but still couldn't because I just didn't have 1 extra turn available in order to get 1 more double meteor off. I hate this mode. I hate the route that this game is going with this shilling. Oh, these enemies have certain debuffing. Oh, if you have elation damage, you get all this. But if you're not an elation team, go fuck yourself. I am so frustrated with this game's endgame design recently, and it's absolutely miserable. It's absolutely miserable. I fucking despise it. I don't care if there's some sweat content creator who's done a fucking 50 to 100 retries in order to get a way better clear than me. I know I'm not that great gameplay wise at this game. However, I am simply just fucking disgusted by the direction that this game has gone to in order to get people and FOMO them into pulling the new units. Brother, Phanon is barely over a year old. I have his technical best in slot team by the game standards. Ceridra, Cyrene. I'm running him sustainless with RMC. God forbid I ran this guy with Don Hung PT or any sustain for that matter. This is his E0 sustainless performance with his best E0 team completely fucking possible, and he's completely shitting the bed, right? I'm not even asking for a 0 cycle. I'm not asking for a 2 cycle. I'm asking for a goddamn clear, and I can't even get that within basically a 7 to 8 cycle equivalent, since the first cycle in AA is 300 AV instead of 100 or 150, right? I hope you all have a great day. I hope you all have a great night. And peace out.